My name is Laura Murphy and I am the choreographer of a dance concerto. Within this version of a dance concerto, there were 4 professional dancers, there were 7 pre-professional dancers, 5 musicians, and then there was a cast from the community of 27 intergenerational people. At all times, everyone has a tin can in their hand, 1 or 2. So there's a sense of all the movement is derived from holding the cans. I was really interested, or I am really interested in gestural movement and movement from everyday life and how that can relate maybe to the tin cans and how it can be abstracted and transformed into a dance arena and seen as dance through a kind of a quirky way where each individual is really shown or becomes alive. The idea of the tin can was, it's an object from everyday life that everyone can recognise, and so I really wanted to use a prop that everyone could take in their hand and it's not too heavy, and that they could have this as a focus.
You are using cans, but it's not like just boring, like pick up a can, put down a can. You are moving with the cans.
But that it's actually movement created with the can, with the weight of the can, the shape of the can, the sound of the can. And that's something that's a bit more accessible as well, because you have a direct interaction with a prop. It seems even funny to call it a prop because it feels like a duet or something. It feels like more of a partner in the piece than a prop.
And you're thinking about the shapes that you can make, and then you're getting a dialogue back and forth between either the person you're in front of or the group. So I think it kind of creates a focal point that everyone can then kind of work around.
Then creating spatial patterns with it. It can be humorous. So there are just endless possibilities with the can that I never would have thought possible, and that's been great. You know, it's fun and it's structured at the same time.
Laura had said to me initially that we were going to write a piece, sound score for tin cans, and so we began with the full cans, which were a bit scary for me really to think, what can I do with this? So there aren't that many sounds from a full can, so we have just scrape, tap, roll, thump, clink. So we decided to use empty cans, a lot more pitches from them, so each can has a different tone.
And then the sound score was similarly like, how do cans make noise? And how can we choreograph that or compose that to link in with the dance and also to link in with the movement and the overall kind of concept of a dance concerto where everyone is moving together at different rhythms and at different speeds, much like that of a choir or an orchestra. So the sound at the beginning, even the first movement of the dancer, the sound from that comes from the dance rather than the music. So certain sounds are influenced by the dance and certain are influenced by the movement. So there's this conversation continuously going between the two.
And there's a real energy then as well from the musicians, you know, they're coming in, and I remember at the start, you know, they'd like attach springs to the cans, and you know, they still play one of them with a bow, I think, and that really fed into what we were doing as well, and vice versa.
and nervous and a tiny bit more excited, all mixed together in one really strange feeling. And I'm also really looking forward to it, because it will just be really cool after all this practicing to actually have people watching it and doing it properly on the stage. It'll feel probably different.
I got a real empathy of it, as in like kind of, you know, you kind of half want to be in it. You want to, you know, kind of working with those cans. It's kind of extraordinary how just the common can just becomes so many different things within that piece, and you know, and how both with movement and with sound, how versatile and fluid, you know, the cans become, and how the whole thing was. It was just really satisfying to see dancers work with non-dancers in, you know, in a very seamless way through the 40 minutes, and how things just morphed from one rhythmical sense and movement sense into another.
And this kind of project really opened my eyes at the possibilities with community when they're valued as members, equal members of a cast, and they're brought into a process, you know, not just the day before, 2 days before, but a few weeks before, and really integrated in. And then I think it creates work that is at a professional level, without there being this really obvious gap and a really obvious divide.
Well, I hope the structure of the can and the structure of the concerto and the fact that there were professionals around them all the time gave them a sense of security to really flourish within the concerto and allow them to be professional dancers and to be professional musicians. And that was really important for me, to allow them to look as professional and to be as professional as they can be at whatever stages they're at.
I suppose it's so much more than I imagined, and it's so many people and kind of personalities, but the way it's been designed, it's very kind of organic and natural. It's slow, you're taking your cues from the people around you. It's clever and it's quite impressive.
We're doing it all together, like it's kind of a teamwork kind of thing. If one person was missing, it's hard to do it. Like, it's kind of thing that everybody has to be there or else it doesn't work. And that's what I find cool, kind of.
I really enjoyed the whole experience. I'm also part of the musician all of a sudden, which I really enjoyed. The dancing, the whole atmosphere, it's brilliant.
It really is it's a concert. It is a concerto. You know, it's very musical, both through the body and with sound, and yeah, it's really satisfying to watch, and beautiful to watch.
The way in which people engage in spaces and engage together. You know, we're consistently moving through streets and our lives and different rhythms and patterns, and how this can be shown in a kind of a 40-minute dance piece with people from lots of walks of life who I didn't know a month ago.